So this is the last panel discussion, and the mic is also exhausted, I think. But I cannot let you guys go without this discussion. Okay. The idea of this is for all of you to introduce your cafes, where you're coming from, but more importantly, some of you have sponsored the event. Thank you so much. Last minute sponsors coming in from ADITYA. I don't know what convinced you, but he's like,
reminding me.
So AVIKANT has been our supporter from day one, and you have been a supporter for MOZAIC games from day one. So it's I don't know how to tell you how honored and proud and happy I am to actually have you guys here. Managed to convince you to come here under one roof on one panel. Yeah. So first, I want to start with this team who came from Hyderabad. It's not a joke. I think this decision was done overnight, and they're here today. So please introduce your cafe and what inspired you to do this, and tell us some of the special highlights of your cafe.
Yeah. You want to do it? Hi, I'm RAVALI, and we are coming from Hyderabad, as you said. We've started a board gaming cafe. We named it AMMUSEUM about 15 months ago, and about 3 months ago we opened another branch. We named it Paradise. The earlier branch, it has kitchen along with the cafe, and this one it's only board gaming.
Oh wow!
So it's only 3 months since Paradise is open, and ADITYA was our board game instructor when we started playing board games. Yeah, he was doing his part-time job as a board game instructor. He taught us many games that we still play. And at AMMUSEUM there was an event, and ADITYA was one of the customers. And both of us had a conversation, and he became part of AMMUSEUM, and then we partnered together and we opened Paradise.
So you and
me and Sai, both of us are partners,
okay.
like life partners and business partners.
Business partners and life partners.
Yeah.
I think that's a running thing.
Yeah.
I think you should just come and say hi and go.
So our first date was at a board gaming cafe. That is
wow.
how board games were introduced to me. And then ADITYA was introduced at that cafe. And then all the three of us are partners now. So I'll let ADITYA talk about the rest of the highlights.
Okay, there's a story to hear there. So can you pass a column mic also? Column mic.
Yeah, I'll just hold it. Yes.
Yeah, you can just hold it, I guess.
Yeah.
You can just hold it, right? Yeah. You can just hold it in your hand. Okay, cool.
Thank you. Yeah, partners truly. So it was very interesting how we met. We met at a different cafe where I was working part-time. I always used to like them as customers. I appreciated them. They were the ideal customers. They were
Get
always,
on board or something.
Get on board. And they would always put the chairs back, pack up the games, and I always liked that. And they had one very big, huge fight one day over code names. And I still remember that till date. And they tried to involve me in the fight. I said, listen, this is on you guys. And cut to 2 years later, I walk into their cafe and I realize that it's them. They realize it's me. And the very next day, we got into conversation and I was working there part-time. Eventually, they offered me a partnership position. Quit my job, got into this.
Both of us quit our jobs.
Yeah, she's a doctor. I'm an advocate, a lawyer. Both of us called it quits. Yeah, our other partner is an engineer. So we are the proper Indian parent trio.
Yeah.
Indian parent disappointment.
Disappointment trio.
Yeah.
We're still not a disappointment.
This is hilarious, man.
Yeah, so that's where it is now. I came in, we opened a second place, and now it's going well. It's going. As she mentioned, great kitchen. We have the best pizzas in the area at AMMUSEUM.
You're not allowed to talk about food, huh? I'm salivating here already.
So yeah, that's a few things about our cafe. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to establish Hyderabad also as a place where people play board games. I feel like that's been very nascent.
Really? Do you think so? Because Get On Board has been there and
I've been there.
we've been getting a lot of requests to run Ttox in Hyderabad.
Right.
Uh,
So the thing is, we've noticed that in terms of the community of board gamers, it's little nascent compared to most of the cities. People might want to come and play in the groups of 3 and 4 and just leave. Nobody wants to get together, find new people, like-minded people, and build the community. I feel like that is slightly lacking.
very
in Hyderabad.
closed community.
Yeah, it feels a little closely knit, which is where we come in. We've created our own community. We've even told people, listen, if you don't want to come and play at our cafe, it's fine. As long as you're getting together and playing board games, that's the point.
I mean, it's fascinating that you actually started Paradise, which is not food. So what do you call it?
So it's
It's a gaming.
So it's a
hub?
gaming play board gamers haven is our tag. So
okay.
that way we conveniently avoided
Okay.
that tag.
Very
So
interesting.
we're situated in a drive-in. So people have food options. So they can
Oh.
order from other restaurants. We don't handle the kitchen. That's
Okay.
the
Okay.
uh,
So you can order in and.
exactly they can order in and stuff like that.
No, but this is fascinating. I always used to think that I'm the only person who quit my wonderful job in US, came here and said, hey, I'm going to do stuff on my own. And now you're telling me these stories. And it's recorded. So, this is great. And actually, I'm seeing this as a career choice for a lot of people. I mean, look at these guys. Right? I know Gautham as a facilitator. Right? And AVIKANT was a teacher.
Investment banker turned teacher,
Yeah.
turned gamer.
So this is a great story, man. Seriously. Okay, I want to hear from AVIKANT. And AVIKANT, again, thank you so much for the support. He's always the first guy. He's like, okay, we're starting Ttox. Okay, first take. Transferred. No invoice, nothing. Just transfer. So, too much. Thank you so much, my father. Blind
No, I mean-
faith.
Money is the last thing I'm thinking about when I'm doing this. A lot of people know now boarding as me as the face, but like Sweekriti is the one who's actually the spine of it. They just know me because I'm more social than her, and that's why she's not here today, because she's the one running the operations back at both the cafes. So, but yeah, I've been doing this for passion, and my association with PHALGUN or with the rest of the community even started before I even thought about or even started planning the cafes, because I remember calling you when I had the idea of opening the cafe, and I called him out of the blue, and then he was very gracious to return back the call, and I asked him, you don't even remember any of that, right? So I asked him hey, I'm planning to do this, do you have any pointers, do you have any suggestions? And he had just this one thing to say, hey, if you want to do this, do not do it part-time. Do not do it with holding your job, because you will find it extremely difficult to do justice to either one of them. I ignored that advice. I went in holding my regular job, did that for 4 months, quit on the 4th month.
Wow.
I thought I would be able to do a half job here, half job there. 4th month I left because I knew a board gaming cafe, something that's centered around experience, building a community will not happen with me at the center as long as I'm holding another thing and I'm keeping something else as a backup option for myself.
But
that
what
was
pushed you to starting another cafe across the city?
we had few options, something that was far away from what we have already, so that we tap into a different market altogether. And we had been getting a lot of requests from people coming in from Marathalli, Whitefield on regular weekends, and their only gripe was that hey, because it's so far away for us, we can't come here on weekdays. So the only option we have is weekends. And we had people coming in at 12 o'clock, because we open at 12 o'clock, and stay till 9. And stay 9 hours playing games.
I don't know if you actually realize. This is a very interesting trait that you start noticing in people like you guys, where you want to serve people.
Yeah.
You want to, fulfill their wishes. Nobody thinks about it. You're like, okay, what can I do today, for yourself? But instead, he's like, okay, I'll start another cafe since these guys are struggling so much. I mean, why? Why would somebody do that, right? That's the beauty about board games.
So then Whitefield was never an option for us, because it would have been far away, knowing somebody like me who's now ingrained into Bangalore culture and is a South Bangalore boy, to go all the way to Whitefield every day, that was near impossible for me. I would have to just simply shift bases. And people are coming from outside Bangalore, have no idea what I'm talking about, because Whitefield is a completely different city.
Yeah, it's a different city.
It's a
used to be
different city.
picnic place for us when we were children.
So for
now
me,
it's-
like,
there's
yeah.
it's part of the city. It's like what? How? So
Yeah. So for us, the middle ground was then to find something that is in the middle of where we are and where the demand was coming in, so that we meet halfway.
I saw
And we
the
met half
premises.
literally and figuratively
I saw
in
what you've
HSR.
done. I mean, both the.
You haven't been to the cafe right now?
I've seen photos and.
Not the same.
Did
Not the same.
event. I'm coming. I had to come and do a formal recording and all that, but it was impossible with so many things going on. I think this Ttox turned out to be 3x bigger. Okay, we have a star meetup organizers there. Okay, tomorrow I'm pulling you onto the stage. All right. So, but Avikant, the amount of passion that you show, you and Sweekruti, it's just amazing, man. You guys, look at this. It's like what, 8:15. Everybody was so exhausted. This guy's like, okay, let's do this. And even Love who's come from Ahmedabad. Yes.
Anand.
What motivate Anand? I keep saying okay. Sorry, Anand board gamer.
He's coming from Anand.
Right.
Just,
No, I know Anand. Yeah.
no, I got it wrong.
Oh, okay. There are a lot of designers from Anand who come and intern with us and so.
Yeah.
Please
Thank
introduce
you.
yourself, man.
Thank you. My name is Love, and I'm representing Anand Board Game Club here. Thank you for the opportunity. So I'll just take you back to lockdown time. So basically, I'm an engineer. Back then, I used to work like 7 days, and now when I introduce myself, I am like I'm an engineer from Monday to Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, I'm a board gamer and a community builder. So back in COVID lockdown जब खुला था, and then I had a group of 3 friends who used to invite me, let's do something, let's start playing games. And then we had literally no games, and they told me, just find out games which you can play from just a standard deck of cards, right? So again, all these games are not really replayable. So every day I'll just go back to YouTube, learn a new game, and then we'll play it for like 5 hours straight. So all my schoolmates, all my college friends, all of them have flown to US and Canada. I have nobody here. And then I found these 3 guys, and we started getting games from outside India, and around a collection of 20-30 games. And then all these 3 guys also left me, padhne chale gaye bahar. And then I was left behind with these 30-40 games and nobody to play. I have Kush here, who rarely got
Brother or twin brother?
brother.
Brother,
He's elder brother.
Oh, elder. So they named you Kush first.
हाँ, पहले
Then
Kush.
figured out love.
We
Yes.
had the exact same conversation right now.
we talked about.
Exact same conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was into gaming a little thoda, and then it was very tough to convince people to play games, right? Because that first mentality, बच्चे खेलते हैं game, right?
Exactly.
So not even people in my family would give me a chance, and then it was a struggle. And then I convinced them. We started playing games with our friends, his friends, and so many different people. And then I got a link from of this board game design lab. I don't know, during my research sometime in 2022 I found it and I joined it, and I'm like, okay, we have a
Yeah, there are plenty
community
of
here
designers
and they are
there, yeah.
building. Yeah. So I just wanted to spread this thing कि चलो ये करते हैं. I don't have people. It's time to stop ranting and let's find people. ढूंढेंगे तो कुछ तो मिल जाएगा, right? And then there's
And
one
people
cafe.
start gravitating to you. You don't
हाँ,
need
yes,
to
yes.
go into it.
So the other thing, this is one thing. Second thing, we have a cafe in our town which is called, not owned by us,
Okay.
but it's a cafe. They usually operate only in lunch time and dinner time. So it's just working like a restaurant, right? And then वहाँ पे जो artwork है, all of it is like you have to unplug, talk to each other. We don't have Wi-Fi, right? And then I was sitting and I was like, okay, I have a hobby and this is something I
Perfect.
like,
Yeah.
right? So it's called Recharge Cafe. So June 23rd we started hosting meetups. So I got an idea कि चलो ये करते हैं, we'll find people and then see how it goes.
And how
then
big is the community now?
हाँ, so
I think
We
you
started
get
with
that.
Recharge Cafe. 23rd June was our first meetup. We have been hosting for every weekend. Abhi bhi we have a meetup going on there in Anand today, tomorrow.
Okay.
So we host twice a week, and Sunday is our main meetup, which we used to call Board Game Bash. And then quickly, within 3 weeks, people told us it is not just board games. So we switched to Anand's Happiest Meetup.
Wow.
So we proudly call it Anand's Happiest Meetup.
Okay.
We introduce people to into games. It is not just about games. It is about the experience which we have. Only the reason why it's called Anand's Happiest Meetup. And you asked for a highlight, right? So we have people who join us alone. Probably 60 or 70% of the people who join us come alone. They make friends here, and that is why we are able to grow as a community. So growing the community comes first for us. Games are secondary because games तो अच्छे बनाते ही है, बाहर से भी आते हैं, games अच्छे हैं, but the experience, आप कैसे game सिखाते हो, what is their experience, how to suggest the game, we like micromanage, try to do a lot of things.
You know, you just nailed it with that. It is, I think it's a common trait for all of you to read people, right? To read the people and not give some
Suggest.
random game because they will never come back again.
Yeah.
You know, there's a concept of Delta 4. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, between liking and not liking, if it is a very high difference, they're never going to touch it again. And you just kill the hobby for them, right? It's such a delicate thing, and understanding which game to recommend, it is in your blood, right? But great story, man. Great story, seriously. I mean,
We have a running thing going on that like we do not introduce ourselves as like our game masters. I very like randomly call ourselves like all the game masters as a Netflix algorithm for your board games. You tell us what you have played, you tell us what you like,
Fantastic.
what mechanism you like,
Yeah.
and we'll just bombard you with recommendations. And then you will have to figure out one of
witnessed
this.
this. Yeah, at a
You have
cafe.
seen this when you're in the cafe.
Yeah.
So this is basically just
He has
calling
an
us a
amazing
Netflix.
collection of games. I mean, Avikant, I think he just came from nowhere and started emptying every board game collection in everybody's houses. You know, somebody says, okay, I'm getting rid of 20 games. Oh, Avikant bought all of them. Like, what?
So this is going on in Bangalore where people who want to get rid of their games want to make more shelf space and want to sell off their games. The first call goes to Avikant or text goes to Avikant.
I was
Hey,
actually
do you want to
waiting
pick
for
up?
you when the
I got some games.
wholesale mela started.
I was actually playing a game, so that's why I didn't come. But I
Okay.
still got some games. So I still got some.
Fantastic.
I
Great.
like to add to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about the, he mentioned about the game masters, right? So our team, we call ourselves as the Happy Squad because we as a community builder consider ourselves ki they should have a good experience when they are here, even if they play 1 game, 5 game, any games. So we have 8 people in our Happy Squad now, 3 are here, 5 are taking care
Thanks for
at
coming
the
from all the
meetups.
way from Ahmedabad. It's not a joke.
And yeah, we have some superstars who have played some 100 games from our collection of 190 games.
Wow.
And they have made sure they have read the rules twice. They have played the game thrice. They have watched any content available on YouTube. They have watched it. So when they are teaching a game, there's no chance ki they are playing with the wrong rules. They don't enjoy the
Now
game.
you're motivating me to do a rapid fire after this. Okay, I'm going to ask each one of you one question. Okay? All right.
Yes.
So, but this is great, man. I mean, I'm loving. I can see the waves of energy coming out of this guy, right? I don't want to, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the new kid on the block. Gautham is a customer. Actually, I think ADITYA is also a customer. We bought a bunch of games from our store. Avikant was a customer. We're all, I mean, honored. He was, yeah, I remember you sending a video when somebody played Vallamkali and you recorded a video or something. That made my day. Gautham and I keep forgetting you. Ajay. Okay, I love this. Thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a BOTC. Very cool. Thanks to BOTC. Oh, all of you have played, is it?
Most of us.
Okay, Gautham, please. This is the kind of pivot that you have made in your life.
Yeah.
Please
So-
tell us a bit about it.
I think it's pretty much similar story. I won't differ much from them. I started to be a board gamer. You'd be laughing at my first board game that I started playing was Dr. Beaker.
What?
Dr. Beaker, the kids game.
Yeah,
Eureka.
the same company,
Right?
yes.
So I think that's the first game I played in board for board. And I think I think I was even replying to all the quizzes that you put on the Instagram. So that's where I was. And so Board Game Cafe happened to be like a big surprise for myself. So it's been about like 4 years since I started playing games. So my cupboard was all filled with board games initially. Then one day I was sitting and looking at the board game collection. It was 100 plus games that I had by myself. And I figured out I didn't have people to play around.
He's actually contributed. Thanks for contributing some games to the library. It's not, I mean, carrying them all the way.
Yeah. So that's how it started. I was a HR by profession before. So board games, I used to use these games in my learning sessions. That's where I figured out how board games actually helps in getting the concepts right to the employees, right? So my learning session will always be expected to have some game in it. So then I wanted to do something around board gamings and the education around it, right? So gamification is something that I am looking at a larger picture. So
He's going to leave soon.
the cafes, board games are something that keeps me always to look new for. Like any board games I see, I wanted to have it on my shelf, but that's a different thing. But then, yeah, we are a very humble beginning with 250 board games that we have. So when I say we, it's me and Raghu. Raghu is back at cafe holding the fort for myself. So we both we quit our careers and we didn't want to do anything part-time. We wanted to start a cafe. Ours is a very small cafe where it can accommodate around 40 people at a time.
It's in a good prime location. It's on the main road.
That's right, like across Phalgun's
Store.
board game. So yeah, it's. I mean, the best thing about the board game community that I feel is like he been very supportive. When I told him that's where I have a cafe right across his board game store, right? So he's like, don't worry, I'm sending you people. So whoever comes to
No, see, honestly, I'm so glad that you opened it because, see, we are primarily a design studio, right? We design around 40 plus games a year. And during the weekdays, if somebody comes there, I don't know if you know this, Board Games Bazaar is unmanned. There is no store manager. Okay, and we have, I don't know, some 6,000 plus customers. When he said he's opening a cafe, I'm like, yes. So anybody who comes on a weekday, Wednesday, Thursday, like, there's an amazing cafe. It's walkable distance. Just go to Roll Again. But thank you so much for opening, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's other way. Like, thank you so much for being so humble and being so helpful, at least in this category. I know Phalgun from quite some time. I started buying board games. I think it started from
Gautham
you.
would walk in like at odd times, at 7:30 in the evening, and he's like, "Oh, I just came to check out some games." I'm like, oh, "Okay." So, yeah, Ajay is your
My friend who is supporting us with board games because Raghu, as a business partner, he's joined me in. Earlier to that, when I didn't have any board game players to play with, Ajay was one who actually used to sit and read through the rules and tell me where I'm wrong. And we used to take our board games and do a travel to find people so that we can sit and play. So that's how it is. Like now my friends call like, you come over the cafe, we can sit and play here. So that's a change we see. So yeah, it's a humble beginning. It's been just
it must have been really difficult to whip up a name for your cafes, right?
yeah, of course.
He's a serial foodpreneur. Serial foodpreneur. He's like a serial entrepreneur, but for cafes and places. Just a second. Fantastic. So Ajay, you want to add a few words to your journey? What were you doing before this?
Okay. Hi everyone, this is Ajay. So, like Gautham mentioned, not really fully involved in the cafe. I'm more of a helper, I should say. Again, my journey in terms of board games goes way back in school and college. So I remember Gautham coming home and getting excited about a few board games as well. I've known his board game enthusiasm from right there. But yeah, he moved on and explored much more than what I did. Mine got restricted with family and everything. So I've not gone fully into it, but that's about
But
it.
I was also pretty surprised when Gautam suddenly, he said, I'm working on something. I thought he didn't say, he's starting his own company. He said, I have a board game cafe. I said, what? Yeah, it shocked the hell out of us.
That was a shock for me and a lot others as well, because we were waiting for him to start it
I
because
thought
he
he's going
had.
to call up and say, I'm getting married or something like that. Because he came with a pot. Okay, he came with a plant in one pot, and we were like, okay, typically who does this, right?
And that's the funniest part. Most of them thought the interesting thing about
Hope she's not around.
So what happened was, Shweta, both of us used to work in an IT company. I was a business analyst, and she was as a project manager, and I think cognizant with Coke as a customer. When she quit her job, there was a rumor, or I don't know, it was common knowledge in the company that they were like, oh, I think Shweta has remarried somebody. So they're like, I initially was a business analyst, then I started my own creative studio into cinematography and photography and stuff like that. I did that for almost a decade, and storytelling was something which was very close to me, talking to people, documenting life and stuff like that. Then I started this. So they're like, oh yeah, she's remarried somebody. They're like, initially she married a photographer, and now she's married a board game, designer publisher. So yeah, that's a small story. Where is she? Okay, she's not here. Anyway, she's super embarrassed when I tell her, tell stories about her. Anyway, but this is great, man. The whole concept of starting cafes, we need a lot more cafes across the country. To give you an example, I don't know if Dev is here, but Dev comes from Bangkok. Oh, he's playing a game there. He actually invited us to Bangkok recently for Simon Expo. It's another board game convention by Simon. There are 150 board game cafes in Bangkok.
I just had a chance to play with him. His energy is on another level.
Yeah.
If you think that my energy is great, Dave is on another level. Yeah.
Dev is actually a major, pillar in Ttox, and to be really honest, getting this kind of support and motivation and this push every day, like what's happening, is it going on, did you book the hall, that kind of push coming from the community is amazing. Instead of me trying to shove it down someone's throat, saying that, okay, I have this, now come, right? Instead, this, the push coming from the community has been extremely motivating. And I think India is a country full of nerds. We need a lot more board game cafes, and adding these new food items into the menu is next level. I think these guys have something special in every menu, right? This guy's is chocolate milkshake, and probably the sandwiches.
Yeah, so we just rebranded our menu, and our hot chocolate wouldn't sell at all before.
Okay.
Now
What did you call it?
we just put it in a better cup, and ever since then it's been selling a lot. And it's genuinely extremely good hot chocolate, so we just named it Rahul's Hot Chocolate, the name of our chef. We
Okay.
just named it Rahul's Hot Chocolate.
Okay.
And exponential increase in the number of orders for just hot chocolate. I think Kaushik, he's tabling one of the games here. He's from the carnival game, which is every time he walks into AMMUSEUM, one hot chocolate. Then only he'll start
Yeah,
playing.
okay, shit, man. Why did I even bring this up? Okay.
Let's go for coffee after.
We also named some of our items like Century Spice Pizza,
Oh,
something
okay.
like that.
Interesting.
So every
But
So you get
Spice
only
rice.
one slice and you
Century
have to
spice
trade
rice.
chips to get the second slice.
yeah. So one thing, like with this discussion, what I understood is board games. I don't know the science and mechanics behind it, but somehow it raises the quality. Quality of time that we spend,
100%.
quality of conversations, quality of support.
Yeah.
Like Aditya and
He's wearing the Meeple t-shirt. I'm sure, I think so many people are wearing it. This guy also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Bunch of nerds.
Ah,
Yeah,
impossible.
yeah.
That's a Catan reference.
and everyone wants everyone else to have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know what magic
Yeah,
that is.
this brings me to one very important point. When we were rebranding our company to Mosaic Games, the first question our brand consultant asked us was, why board games? That was such a googly, right? I'm like, shit, why board games, right? How much of it you say, oh, we love board games, they're amazing stories, but why? Why are we in the business? And that is when we realized there is no other medium where people sit across the table and bond, create memories. There is no other medium. Think about it. Jigsaw puzzles are solo. Video gaming is solo, right? Watching a movie with your family is also a solo experience, right? And this, you're still remembering some of the memories. I'm sure all of you have amazing memories from, when you just think about it, you start laughing. Like yesterday, I was playing the Tinkle game with my father-in-law and my family, and the word was dog. Okay, so everybody put, something like a walk and bark and stuff like that. He put stone. Okay, and we are a family full. I have a tattoo with a dog on my hand, right? We are a family who are dog lovers, and when we asked him, he said, yeah, you throw a stone at a dog, right? So that's a reference. I'm like, wow, okay. So these are some of the memories you'll remember forever, right? But yeah, rapid question round.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, pass on the mic. You hold the mic. You hold. Okay, one game you hate playing.
I hate playing.
No judgments are made.
No
I
judge-
have mine ready. I'm not gonna like it.
Oh, okay.
No. I love Jagaran. Okay,
Okay.
we'll come to me later.
I hate playing dexterity games because
Okay.
there's a lot of violence. So
Okay.
there's this game called Jungle Speed,
You're
right?
old, man.
There's a lot of so many
Yeah,
bruises.
back
I've
the shit
come
out of
to
your
this
hand,
conclusion after a lot of bruises. I can't
Yeah,
anymore.
there's a rule. You have to remove all your rings and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I always ask for customers' nails before
Yeah.
Jungle Street like that.
We have to have a first aid kit just for this game.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't prefer playing Jungle Speed
Which
at all.
in dexterity was a very generic answer, very
Jungle
sophisticated
Speed.
answer.
Jungle Speed.
Jungle speed.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Aditya?
Okay, so I tabled Yuddhamumi with so much expectation.
Okay.
And I was really disappointed by the game. I was like,
You
"Arey,
didn't play with the right rules then. Let me teach you. Tomorrow I'm playing.
come, we'll play
Yuddhamuni.
Yuddhamumi." Because I saw the rule book, I was very excited. Like, wow, very interesting movement mechanics.
Okay.
And I was like, "Arey,
You.
what?" On the flip side, Chagaram, newest favorite Indian game.
Okay.
Hands down.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a plus and a minus, which is decent for me. I'm fine. One game.
Saved himself. Okay.
No, but I want to actually play. So we tweaked the rules a bit. I'm a rule improviser. If you see my sticker. So, have you played the? Yeah, you should play the team version. We have seen people WhatsApp each other, sharing strategies and all. Anyway, but that's cool.
I'm open to that.
So
Avikant.
I might get a lot of hate for this, but I hate playing Splendor. Not because it's a bad game. Not because it's a bad game. Not because it's a bad game. Because my family had played
How
it
many
so
of you
much.
hate Splendor here?
No one.
What, seriously? Okay, one.
I'll tell you why. Because
Two hands raising up.
my family around me has played it so many times,
because of that.
and they have made it so mechanical for me that they now just play it like a grandmaster level. They like just go around like, and if I'm taking more than 10 seconds for my move, they'll get on my case, and I hate the pressure of playing it with them.
Okay.
So that's why I just like cordoned off Splendor in my mind. Like, I will not play this, even though it's one of the most accessible gateway game for everyone that
Okay.
comes into play with us. I just hate playing it. I love tabling it.
I'm still shocked.
I love tabling it. I hate playing it.
Okay. I mean, that goes with Catan for me actually.
Yeah, so hate is a very strong word. I usually don't hate games.
But, sophisticated and community builder.
हाँ,
Yeah.
इन्होंने बताया ऐसे one game which I personally don't like playing. I table it, I teach it to people. Shasan, because sometimes it gets very long and then people start judging you. Like, we are here to have fun. We are non-judgmental
We should
background.
edit this video today.
Chalo, let's cut it short.
Yeah. But really? Okay.
I think I don't like playing Risk. I love
Risk,
to
huh?
table it and watch it, but I cannot sit and play Risk.
We all agree with that.
Easy answer to give.
No, because I've lost many friends because of that.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, but people love playing. For me, I can't fight in a game. I'll be like, okay, take this and go, but I don't want to fight. But that's the case. Everybody starts targeting you, and one person becomes the scapegoat, and that's where I don't like the game. So that's the one game that I don't like.
Okay. How about you, Ajay?
For
Game
me,
you absolutely hate.
I would say Sheriff of Nottingham.
What? Why are we even doing this? And now I'm actually rethinking.
What's the reason?
Splendor, Shasan, Yuddha movie. Me appare.
We have a different representation, so please,
Yeah. All right. Okay, he loves Sharif. Okay, great. I mean, you have.
What's the reason?
I mean, I feel there's nothing much to the game. You're just trying to bluff
I
and
think he's referring to Sheriff of Nottingham, the second edition.
Second edition.
Yeah, the second
yeah,
edition.
this second edition. For sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I don't know if I have to share the. Okay, I hate Cascadia.
Cascadia. Oh, yeah, please.
I absolutely.
Yeah, somebody else. Somebody else here, man.
Come on, there's a salmon in a desert, man. How did that salmon like? It's based. You also notice that.
It's not in desert.
Salmon will come all the way to a desert in an oasis.
They are underwater rivers, underground rivers.
Please, sir.
There are channels. It is a possibility.
Okay, and again the whole operational part of that and I think Calico. These two games I hate.
You basically just don't like
I
pattern
told
building
you,
games.
don't make judgments.
Let me guess, you don't like Sagdada?
Sagrada.
You don't have any opinion about Sagdada? You don't have any opinion about Project L? You just don't like pattern building games, that's it.
Yeah,
Oh, look at this guy making judgments.
Is it tile building? Is tile placement the issue?
No, we've designed so many tile placements. I'll tell you what the problem is. I'll tell you what the problem is. It's a pasted on theme. The game mechanic.
The theme has nothing to do with it.
Exactly. It's a pasted on theme. I hate games where the theme and the game is not woven together. Right? Like for example, all of our games, like Valamkadi, can you replace it with any other theme? You can't, right? So we want to like stitch that theme and the gameplay really closely. And Cascadia is like, I'm sure they figured out the mechanic first. Right? There's so many games where the mechanic was designed first or the component was designed. I don't know if you've heard of Spill, where it's this dice tower in the middle, you drop something, you don't know in which direction it comes on. In fact, there's another game called Shogun, where it's a dice tower which consumes some of the cubes and doesn't let go of the cubes. So if you drop black cubes into the dice tower or the tower, those black cubes don't come out. There's a buffer there which sends out something else. So it's all about predictive probability. Okay, I'm rambling about mechanics now, but yeah, I like games which are thematic. It transports me into that world. So you should have just heard to the discussion we had previous to this. There were games on anxiety. There were games on ant colonies, right? There were such beautiful games coming out of India. There was one game called the Nayakas. Andy is right there, you know, and he's actually making a game based on the. We didn't even know that Goa was known for bread,
Boitas.
right?
Boitas, right?
Boitas is another one.
Daily bread.
Yeah, daily bread. Yeah. So there's so many new games and new themes coming out. You know, I love thematic games. Even Splendor. What does it got to do with one gem guy on the box?
There's no theme to that. Yeah, you can just completely take out the theme from Splendor. It still works. Again, as I said, like I'll again defend my opinion. I love the game to teach. I hate the game to play.
No, but the people keep asking me, why is this here? Why is this? So I tell them this lame ass narrative, right? First you mine, then you take it to the artisans, then you take it to the cities and sell, and then you pacify nobles. Right? That's what we pitch. But actually, we should do a contest tomorrow about who can explain a game in 3 lines. Who's game for this? I'll slot it in. Yeah? Oh, look at that. So many hands raised up. Okay, let's do this tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, first thing, I think around 2, let's do this contest and let's ask people to rate it.
So just to add to the whole Indian games thing. So I'm a very recent entrant into the Indian games industry. Started off with your standard Splinter and stuff only. What I've noticed is because of how much culture that exists in India, we have so many themes to work off of. So when you look back at all of these Western games, you find them slightly uninspiring because they're making games on what carpet for cat. I see. I love Calico. Okay, I really like it. But still, they're making carpet for some rug for cat. Quilt. Oh,
It's
yeah,
a quilt.
Something.
Anyway, but the most funniest game, in fact, we abused them so much, was called Ganesha. Has nothing to do with Ganesha. It's designed by a Romanian.
Yeah.
And we actually asked them, she said, yeah, I traveled to India, I saw one barber shop, bakery, sweet shop, everything with Ganesha on it. So I named my game Ganesha.
Is there another one, Amritsar, which has elephants in it?
With Meenakshi temple.
Amritsar, which has
also.
which has elephants in it.
Where? How did the elephants migrate to Amritsar?
Anywhere near Punjab.
Exactly.
And
I know.
Jaipur also. You just go to the markets of Jaipur and you trade some spice, some.
Actually, everything, right? Like Rajas of the Ganges. When did the commoditized karma? Right? When you start seeing all of this, that's the main reason why we started designing. In fact, since you said Yuddhabhumi, I'm going to come back again. So, we're cutting all this, so we're Chuma having a conversation here. But when Bahubali came out, I don't know if you've seen the original. Do you have the original Yuddhabhumi? Who has the original Yuddhabhumi?
I don't have the.
It actually came with 2-inch minis.
I don't have that.
And we gave away 64 minis in a game. And we priced it for $900.
You must have lost a lot of money.
If you actually search for Yuddhabhumi on Google, you'll actually see archers and spearmen and swordsmen and all of that. So when Bahubali came out, there was absolutely no merch around Bahubali, right? There was a cheap Chinese sword that they were selling with Bahubali logo on it, but there was absolutely nothing. And it was, when Star Wars comes out, Jurassic Park or Avengers comes out, all the toy stores and everything is filled up with licensed products. So we decided, okay, let's do Yuddhabhumi. And in fact, it's the 6th edition. We sold around, 5,000-6,000 copies of it. The game is used in schools. I'm just taking you, I'm not leaving you, dude, till tomorrow, until you go back to Hyderabad.
I will 100% play Yuddhabhumi before I go.
I'm kidding. I'm not such a serious guy when it comes to games. But it was amazing having a chat with all of you. The guy who cycles all the way here hasn't left yet, which shows that we had an amazing conversation here. Yep, thank you so much for coming all the way, from Ahmedabad or HSR, same distance. So, Hyderabad, yeah, same distance. 30 kilometers is like 3 hours anyway. So,
It's
super
probably
cool.
It's probably have taken the same amount of time for me to come from South Bangalore that this much this guy has taken to come from Anand.
Seriously, 100%. But thanks for coming, guys. Let's get a picture. And I'm really honored to have you all here on this one stage. Yeah. All right.